Well, if you don't go home and get some sleep and stop worrying, you're not going to be any use to her or yourself.
No, I've made up my mind, Judy. I'm not going to back out now. I don't care if it's legal or not. I've got to help her, no matter what it takes.
Yeah, I know, love. And don't forget, you're not in this on your own.
I know, Jude.
Will you drink that?
Oh, my God.
Yes?
I've got your whistle now. See how easily I can get to you. Anytime I want.
And you didn't get the maker car that followed you home?
Oh, no, it was so dark, all I could see was the headlights. He must have come in here and then driven around and waited for me. He must know me, know my movements. Oh, it's so awful to think that there's somebody out there watching me.
Hey, Mum, it's all right. He'll be miles away from here by now. Just answer the inspector's questions and leave it up to him.
No one else has got a key to this flat?
No.
And you didn't recognise the voice on the phone?
No, I'm quite sure. I mean, he was trying to disguise it, I do know that.
What about enemies? Have you got any?
Not that I know of. No, I don't think so.
What about from work?
Oh, it's hard to tell, but... No, I don't think so.
Think harder, you're a prison officer. There must be women out to get you.
I just told you. I can't think of anyone. Oh, for God's sake, I would if I could. I'm sorry. Just not used to this sort of thing.
No, of course not, but questions have got to be asked. We've got nothing to go on.
I realise that. I just...
Inspector, Mum's pretty upset at the moment. I don't think she could tell you any more anyway.
All right, son. Have you got somebody to stay the night with you, Mrs. Morris?
It's all right. Yeah, I'll spend the rest of the night with her. You've got nothing to worry about now, Mum.
Hi, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Yeah, well, you got a minute? Because I got a problem. I just had a phone call from that bastard Blackman.
Oh, still aggro about the 10,000, eh?
Oh, you could say that. He's taking me to court.
Oh, he's bluffing.
Oh, if only he were. He's threatening legal action on behalf of Sharon. Reckons she's entitled to the money.
Right, well, you get onto your solicitor and see what he says to do.
Oh, I already have, and some of my solicitor's friends. They all say the same thing. I have Buckley's chance of winning if it goes to court.
Are you kidding? She's been brainwashed. Once they see that, you've got a very good chance.
Oh, it's not that simple. She's legally entitled to the money.
No. If you know that she's going to spend that money badly, you have every right to refuse to sign it over to her.
They all say the same thing. The only chance I have is if I have her declared illegally a nutcase.
Oh, my God.
Oh, Judy, I just can't do that to my own sister. Get her out of the potty, sure, but that...
There must be something we can do.
Well, I've only got one chance, and that is if I can get in to see her and try and talk some sense into her.
Oh, forget that. He'd never let you in now.
No, I think he will. I said I would hand over the money without any hassles if he'd just let me see her.
Did he agree?
Oh, anything to get his hands on the money. Anyway, I'm going over to the Celestial Garden now. Are you coming with me?
You bet. I'll get my keys.
Last. I was hoping I wouldn't see that lot till tomorrow. Are the Rosters there too?
Yes, they are, Governor. There you are. Oh, did you want to see me about something?
Oh, yes. We've got a remand prisoner coming in this morning, Petra Roberts. Let me know when she comes, will you?
Of course. And what's she in for?
She's being charged with murder. I understand she killed her father.
Oh, sounds a nice little piece of work.
Well, we don't know that yet, do we? I'll have a word with her after she's spent the 24 hours in solitary.
Of course. Oh, any news of Mr. Douglas yet?
Yes, he's been charged with corruption. Apparently they don't want to make a big thing of it, so perhaps we shouldn't say anything.
Of course not. Pity, though. He was a good department man.
He may have been at one time, But I don't think the department would agree with you at the moment. As far as they're concerned, he's a criminal. And quite frankly, I agree with them.
It is terrible. Listen, I told you you should have gone to the police when you first got the calls.
I know, but I just didn't think it'd turn out to be so dangerous.
Well, at least they know now. What are they going to do?
Well, they think it's serious enough to put the place under 24-hour surveillance.
Good.
And they're going to tap the phone. Yeah, it was awful, and I went to pieces when they started to question me. And now I keep looking at everyone, thinking it's the boyfriend of one of the women or something.
Listen, why don't you go home? I'm sure Mrs. Reynolds would give you the day off if you asked.
Oh, no, I couldn't spend all day in the flat by myself.
Well, you're not going to be alone tonight. I'll come and stay with you.
Oh, no, what about your family?
Oh, God, they'd understand. And I think they're old enough to look after themselves.
Well, I would appreciate the company. I can't expect Marty to spend all his leave looking after me. I mean, he has been very good. But I don't think he realises just how frightening it was. No man could.
That little tune was played for Mr. and Mrs. Andrews of County Lane in Sussex. A request all the way from their daughter in Australia.
Come on, Maxine, get a wriggle on those towels. I'm not going to fold themselves.
Oh, bloody hell, you know, I reckon Brandy's better off than the rest of us. She might be in a funny farm, but at least she's not slaving away in a bloody sweatshop.
To his old friends.
Shut up, you buggers!
Contact them, Mrs. Mary Downs.
Pixie, get serious, they're right on.
Mrs. Elizabeth Birdsworth and Mr. Alan
Hey, hang on,
Simpson.
that's your name they called out, isn't
Anyone
it?
who wants to contact him can write to him at 14 Ovington Gardens,
Take this down, somebody.
Knightsbridge, SW6. Once again, 14 Ovington Gardens, Knightsbridge, SW6.
SW6, got
And now
that?
the next
Yeah, I
record
got
is
it.
for Mrs. Faye Martin
I
from
knew
Bondi
it.
Junction.
That's old
Ready,
Foxy was a mate of mine when Blossom nicked off. Oh, God, he was a smasher. He had all the floozies running after him. Oh, he was lovely.
Yeah, well, I bet he left you alone.
Cut it out, you cheeky little possum. I wasn't bad looking when I was young. Here, Lizzie, you going to write to him? Oh, I could not after all these years. Oh, why not? I mean, a bloke's a bloke, even if he is thousands of miles away. You never know. He might be looking for a new wife or something.
I'd drop him a line myself.
Welcome, sisters, to this earthly paradise.
Sharon.
Peace Bird. That's my name now, didn't they tell you?
I want you to come away with us.
Come away.
Yes, right now.
But why? This is my home.
Don't be ridiculous. Do you know what these people are doing to you? You've been brainwashed.
That's not true. They're my people now. I thought you realised that.
The only thing I realise is that you are going to stuff up your life if you stay here.
You're wrong. I'm happy. For the first time in my life. I belong here.
You belong out there. Oh, look, come with us. I'll take you home. I'll get you a job. It'll all be different.
My work on Earth is my job.
I mean a real job? You know, the sort that pays you money instead of the other way round?
You don't understand. I've been initiated. Tomorrow I go into the streets with my brothers and my sisters to spread the word of perfect truth.
Oh, God.
Sharon, Helen's your sister. She cares about you. These people here don't really care. They couldn't. I mean, they don't know you well enough.
They soon will. I'm to be married.
Married? Who the hell to?
Whoever's chosen. It'll come to my leader in his prayers.
You can't just marry some guy because that ratbag says so.
Look, I'm sorry. I have to go. It's my meditation hour. I'll pray for you both.
Sharon!
Now, please don't follow me. Non-believers aren't allowed in the celestial garden.
Can't get over hearing about old Foxy after all these years. Wonder what the old bugger's been up to.
Well, you'll soon find out.
Maybe.
Oh, come on, Lizzie, you've got to write.
Oh, I don't know. Lots of things have changed in 40 years.
Yeah, well, he's got older too, you know.
Yeah. Probably only the two of us left. A couple of the people whose names were called cashed in their chips years ago.
Is that what's worrying you? Look, he is still alive and kicking, and so are you. Just put pen to paper, will you?
Oh, it's not just that.
What's worrying you now?
Well, He doesn't know I'm doing time, and it'd be a hell of a shock to him if he found out.
Well, he doesn't have to. You're the one that's writing the letter. You can say what you like.
Exactly. All you got to do is give him an outside address.
How can I? I don't know anyone on the outside.
Oh, come on, love. Ask Mrs. M. She might be able to swing something for you. Yeah, maybe I will. Good old Foxy.
I bet he hasn't changed a bit.
There you go. Looks like we picked the wrong place, mate. Not a spunky chicken sight. Must all come out after 6.
Yeah. Look, have you spoken to your mum since you left this morning?
Yeah, called her at work.
How is she?
Oh, she's all right now. Well, more or less. Just a bit shaken.
Yeah, I bet she is. I mean, she must have been terrified. You can't leave her alone tonight.
Yeah, in fact, I think I might have to spend the rest of my leave over there.
Well, not all of it. I can help.
What do you mean, Dad?
Yeah, why not? She's been pretty good to me.
Oh, that'd be great. I mean, I'm worried about Mum and everything, but there are only a few nights left, and I don't want to spend them all over there, if you know what I mean.
Sure. Look, why don't I stay with her this evening?
Well, you sure you don't mind?
No, you can come round later, spend the rest of the night. I sort of do it in shifts, all right?
They're terrific. Hey, but like right now, I'd like to spend some time with something young and horny. Come on, let's go and have a look somewhere else.
Well, Lizzie, Mrs. Morris tells me you'd like to correspond with an old friend in England.
Yes, that's right, Mrs. Reynolds. There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
No, of course not. In fact, I think it's a great idea.
Ripper. Thank you very much, Mrs. Reynolds. Look, there's just one thing, though. I wouldn't like him to know that I was in this joint, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do, Lizzie, and I've been thinking about that. Why don't you give him my home address, and then I can bring the letters in to you?
Oh, thank you, Mrs. M. I knew you'd think of something.
You do realise the postage will have to be paid for out of your own money?
Oh, that's all right. I haven't got much to spend it on in here, have I?
Right. That's settled then. You write your letter and send it out in the usual way.
Well, there's just one thing, Mrs. Reynolds. My notepaper's got Wentworth Detention Centre right over at the top of it. You don't think you could let me have some of your stuff just to start me off, do you?
What do you want me to do?
Well, you said that you were deprogrammed, right?
Yes, but I also told you that it was a pretty awful experience. It's worse than drug withdrawal. I hate to see anybody else go through it.
I don't want to do it. I just don't see that there's any other way.
All right, but think about it. Couldn't you at least talk to her again?
No way, it's hopeless. She's too far gone.
All right, at the commune maybe it is hopeless, but she'll be out on the streets tomorrow. You could talk to her there.
How could I? She'll be surrounded by poddies.
Well, that doesn't matter. It's a different environment. It's far less controlled. She may respond differently.
Oh, I wouldn't count on it. Oh, come on, Peter. I don't know what I'm thinking anymore.
Just give her that chance, Helen, please. Believe me, it's better than the hell you want to put her through.
All right. All right, I will try.
Good. I know most of their street haunts. She'll be sent to one of these.
And if I don't reach her this time...
Then she doesn't leave you any option, does she? Now, if that happens, you get back to me, and I'll give you the name of my deprogrammer. But I want you to be sure here. Be very sure.
Dear Mick, I hope you are well. Here, look at that. Dear Mick, I hope you are well. Is that all you've managed to write in half an hour? It's bloody hard to think in here. I don't know what to tell him.
Well, why don't you tell him about Josie and Marcy and going to America?
Do you reckon I could? But they're not my real family, are they?
Well, what does that matter?
Yeah, suppose I could. Good. I'll bet he's had a really exciting life. Wish I could find something fancy to tell him.
Well, you can if you want. I mean, if you say you've been itched 9 times, well, who's to know the difference?
Yeah. Wish I could have found another husband after Blossom nicked off.
Well, now's your chance. I mean, it's not every day you get to make up your own past.
I could tell him that I'm a widow. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Widows are supposed to be mysterious and exciting.
Funny, I never thought of myself like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, look, I don't reckon he'd like to think of you living alone. Why don't you say you got a couple of kids over here as well?
I have. But I'm buggered if I know where they are. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll throw in a couple of grown-up daughters.
Yeah, well, don't get too carried away. You don't want to lose track of how many kids you've got.
No, I won't. I reckon I'm going to really enjoy this pen pal caper. How many lovers do you reckon I could write up that I've said I've had?
Hi, would you care to make a donation?
No, thank you.
Hello, have a beautiful day. Hi, Sharon. What are you doing here?
I just can't let you do this to yourself. Please listen to me now.
Look, I thought I'd made myself clear.
Will you come away with me for a while and we can talk?
No, I told you. I'm happy with my people. Why can't you leave me alone?
Oh, for God's sake, Sharon, what do I have to say to make you see reason? Will you come with me for a minute?
No, now leave me be. Brother Earth.
Why are you bothering Sister Peacebird?
Keep out of this. She is my sister and she's coming with me.
That's right, love. You get stuck into them. I've seen this lot on the telly. They're a bunch of drongos, breaking up families like this.
Well, I assure you we are all one big family.
Oh, cut the crap. This is one convert you are not getting.
No, let me go.
Leave the kid alone. She's got a right to live the way she wants.
That's right. And I'm staying here. Look, I'm sorry that you haven't found peace in your life, but that doesn't mean you can stop me from having it in mine. And you can't make me leave.
Good on you. Don't let the oldies hassle you.
So please, just go away. You're wrong. But I love you.
You sure you don't mind spending the night with me?
Of course not. The family is all teed up. House special steak and chips.
Oh, just off home, are you, Mrs.
Oh,
M?
yes, I haven't forgotten you, Lizzie. Now, have you finished the letter?
Yeah, but I haven't got a stamp.
Oh, that's all right. I'll get one for you. You can pay me back later.
Oh, thank you. Any idea how much?
Oh, 60, 70 cents, I'm not sure.
60 cents? Are you sure?
Well, I'm quite sure, Lizzie, unless, of course, you want to send it surface mail.
Oh, no, there's going to be a long enough wait between letters as it is.
Well, I'll get you some aerograms if you like. That'll save you a bit of money.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. M. God, 70 cents. Know how to sting you, don't they?
What is this all about, please?
Lizzie's writing to a friend in England. I told Mrs. Reynolds that I'd play post lady.
As if we haven't got enough to do.
Oh, I don't mind.
Yeah.
What on earth are you two doing here?
Well, we thought we'd surprise you, go home with a night, stay for a while. Like, all night.
Oh, now, don't be silly. I mean, thank you. I wouldn't dream of letting you spend your leave babysitting me.
It's no bother, Mrs. Morris.
Oh, really? I do appreciate it, but I just want you to go out and enjoy yourselves. Look, and besides, I'm in very good hands. Mrs. Bow's going to spend tonight.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Bow.
Hi.
Oh, look, it's honestly no trouble.
Yeah, it might be better to have a man around. Make sure nothing else happens.
There will be a policeman outside the front door all night.
Are you sure?
Yes. Now stop worrying and go out and enjoy yourselves. I'll be all right.
Okay. See you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Helen, this is Colin Burton. He's the man who deprogramming.
Hi. I expect Peter's told you.
Yes, I've got the picture. So let's get down to business. I better start by telling you how much I charge. 2,500 plus expenses.
I didn't think it was going to be that expensive.
Look, Miss Smart, I'm a very busy man. If you can't afford my services, just...
No, I didn't say that. I'd just like to know a little bit about what deprogramming actually involves.
Two people. One acts the heavy, the other concentrates on the soft cell. And all the time, the subject is deprived of food and sleep.
Oh, that sounds terrible. Is that really necessary?
It's simple and effective.
And how long does all this go on for?
Until the subject breaks. Could be a couple of days, could be a few weeks.
I just don't know if I can be responsible for doing that to somebody. Makes me as bad as the poddies.
It works on the same principle.
I just don't know what to do.
Look, if you decide to go ahead with it, I'll play the nice guy part of the team.
So it's all fixed then? Do we do it or not?
I'll have to sleep on it. I'll let you know what I decide tomorrow.
I'll get it, Meg. Probably Patrick. Hello? Hello? Who's there? All right, you moron. Now, if you can, just listen to me. Why don't you go and get your kicks somewhere else, because the police are right onto you. Don't call this number again.
Sorry to barge in on you this early, but I've been up half the night worrying about Sharon.
Well, it's time you stopped worrying. Time you got her back.
Yes, I will, but... Well, she's not going to leave on her own account, and so I'm going to have to take her away by force.
Kidnap her? Are you out of your mind?
I have to, Judy. You've seen her. There's no other way.
You'll end up on a charge and back in the slammer.
You think I haven't thought about that? No, I've made up my mind. She's my sister, and I'm not going to stand by and watch her ruin her life.
All right. You're probably right. Is there anything I can do to help?
But the moral support would go down well.
Yeah, well, have you thought this through? I mean, where are you going to keep her?
Well, that's the first problem. I don't think my flat's exactly the ideal spot.
No. How about the attic here?
Oh, no way. I'm not going to involve you.
I'm already involved, aren't I? And you can't keep her at a motel. That would be too public.
Yeah, well, maybe my flat is all right.
Your flat isn't all right. The cops are likely to show up there any time. I mean, let me remind you how they keep an eye on prostitutes, right? The attic here is out of the way. It's relatively soundproof. The neighbors are used to all sorts of people coming and going.
Okay. Thanks, Jude.
No worries. One worry. Wally. I'd rather he didn't know anything about this, because if something goes wrong, I don't want him involved, okay?
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh, tell me I'm doing the right thing, Judy.
Yeah.
Wonder who the new chum is in Sultry. Lorna reckons she's really quiet when she took her breakfast tray into her.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. They can't keep her in there forever. Hey, Pixie, what's the matter? You look like you lost a pound and found a penny.
I don't understand. I've seen the lovely Dr. Weissman twice now, and he doesn't seem to want to transfer me.
Well, I wouldn't be in such a bloody hurry to get the funny farm if I were you. You could be worse off than you are in here.
Yes, but at least I'd stand a chance of getting released from there. I mean, you'd think they'd believe I was crazy by now. I've tried hard enough.
Yeah, well, it just takes a bit of time, that's all. Look at Brandy. Took him ages to shove her in there, and she really was bananas.
Yes, well, I've just about run out of things to do. I'll have to give up on the whole idea if something doesn't happen soon. I mean, it's not fair. I've tried so hard.
Poor little bugger. I've never seen her so down since she first came in here.
Yeah, I tried to cheer her up when she was moved into my dorm last night, but it was a waste of time.
I reckon she needs a fella.
Don't we all? Fat chance of finding one round here.
Now, I mean a fella who's interested in her. God, I've perked up no end just by writing to Mick, and he's thousands of miles away.
Fair enough, but who's she going to write to? Father Christmas?
Just a minute. I think Lizzie might have an idea there. Maybe if she just thought there was a bloke interested in her, that might do the trick.
Ripper! Oh, what are you going to do, babe?
Don't know yet. But give me time.
Excuse me, Governor. I've got Roberts outside. Oh, yes. How did she react to solitary?
Well, she hasn't said a word, but she's fairly calm. Doesn't seem to bother her that she's in for murder.
I know it's a departmental rule, but I really can't see the point of confining murder cases when there's no doctor to observe them. I mean, she could be in shock.
I don't think so. Just a cool customer, if you ask me. Shall I show her in? Hello, Roberts. Governor will see you now.
Roberts, I've been reading the report on your case. It just gives the simple facts why you're here. Do you have anything to add to that?
I'm sure it says all there is to say.
Not quite. It tells me what you did. It doesn't tell me why, and if I'm to help you while
I
I'm
admitted
here...
my crime. There's nothing else to say.
You won't help yourself at all with that attitude. All right. If you've got nothing to say, Miss Ferguson will take you to join the other women. As a remand prisoner, of course, you don't have to work.
Oh, but I'd like to. I'm used to being kept busy.
Well, I noticed from your file that you were a teacher. I'm afraid the main areas of work here are laundry and cleaning.
Oh, I don't mind. I'm going to be in here for a long time. I might as well get used to it right from the start.
You haven't been sentenced yet.
That's only a matter of time. I stabbed my father to death while he slept. I'm not sorry he's dead, but I do expect to pay for it. Laundry duties will be fine, thank you.
Well, this isn't exactly home sweet home, is it? But it'll have to do.
Yeah. I just hope we can get her in here without too much noise.
Well, you let me organize that. I'm going to take the girls shopping, most of them anyway. That'll give Colin and Peter a time to get things organized up here.
Oh, thanks, love. You know there's likely to be a bit of screaming and yelling. How do we explain all that?
Screaming and yelling? What are you going to do, set up a torture chamber or something?
Hi, Wally.
Well, what's going on? Out with it. What are you doing?
Nothing much. Helen has a junkie friend. We're going to dry her out in the attic.
Cold turkey.
Yeah.
That's pretty heavy. Sure you can handle it?
Oh, sure. Her boyfriend will be about to help out, and, well, I'll be around here all the time. Won't be a pleasant job, but has to be done.
Okay. Maybe I can give you a hand, eh?
No.
I mean, it's not really that important. The fewer people around, the better, you know?
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be pretty rough on her, and, well, you know.
Okay, you two. I know when I'm being conned. What's really going on?
I should have known better than to try and fool you, huh? It's just that, Wally, this is something we got to do on our own.
And you can't tell me?
No. It's not that I don't trust you. It's just I think for you it's better you believe the junkie story.
Yeah, well, I don't like the sound of it. I mean, you're not in any trouble, are you?
Of course not. Wally, please, trust me.
Okay. I'll mind my own business. I only hope you know what you're doing, that's all.
Mason, the governor wants to see you.
I knew it! They're going to transfer me after all.
Hold your horses. It may not be that at all.
Of course it is, Lizzie. Why else would she want to see me? Well, I'll say my goodbyes now because they might want to send me off
Mason,
straight away.
I haven't got all day.
Bye, everybody. It's really been sweet knowing you, but I can't say I'm
Mason,
sorry. I'm going.
Get out.
Okay, you whackers. Those that said Pixie wasn't going to make it to the nut house, pay up.
Just a minute, Phyllis. Cool it. She hasn't gone yet. Hello, I'm B. Smith. You the one that's been keeping in solitary?
That's right. Petra Roberts. I'm on remand.
What they send you to work for, love? You look as though you've never seen the inside of a laundry in your life.
I think I'll be seeing a fair bit of it from now on, so I might as well get used to it.
Well, we could do with a couple of extra hands in here. You just stick by me and you'll be all right.
Don't you want to know what I'm in here for?
No, that's your business. And whatever it is, one of us would have done it before you anyway. But the fact you spent your first 24 hours in solitary does give us a pretty good indication.
Now, Mason, I've received Dr. Wiseman's report on you.
Oh, he's such a lovely man. What does he say?
That you do have certain psychological problems. He'd like you to have further psychiatric help.
Oh, that's all right, Mrs. Reynolds. I do understand.
So he'll arrange to see you on a regular basis.
Oh, does he work in the hospital as well?
No, Mason, he'll be seeing you here. You're not being transferred.
But I thought that...
Yes, I'm sure you did. But I'm afraid you'll have to accept the fact that you'll be in Wentworth for the rest of your sentence. Did you tell the women about the junkie story?
Yeah, most of them. Must admit they swallowed it a hell of a lot better than Wally did.
Good. Jude, I think you better swallow it too, love. If this whole thing falls apart, you know nothing about it.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen, okay? What the hell's going on? Oh, Janie, God. What did you do to your finger?
Oh, it's making some sandwiches and the bloody knife slipped. Oh, God, I can't even look at it.
Oh, you did a good job of it. Ooh, but I think you'll live.
I won't lose my finger, will I?
Of course not, but you hold on to that really tightly. Get the first aid kit. I think this has to be properly bandaged. I'll ring the emergency center, get a doctor over here.
Tell him to make it fast, will you? I don't want to bleed to death.
I reckon it's a real shame. Look at that poor little bugger, and she was so sure she was getting out too.
How do you reckon I feel? I lost dough on the deal.
Oh, tough.
So what do? We can't just tell there's a bloke in love with her because you want to know who it was and we'll be right back to square one.
I've got a good idea. Why don't we get Lizzie's boyfriend to write her a dirty letter?
Why don't you drop dead, Phil?
Hey, hold your horses. How about we get a love letter written to her, anonymous, you know, and then she'd have great fun working out who it came from. What do you reckon, Beth?
Yeah, why not? Good one, Lizzie.
I'll write it myself.
No, you won't. You don't want her guessing where it came from first off, and your spelling's the pits.
Oh, not that bloody bad.
Come to think of it, none of us are too crash hot with words. I've got to be good if we're going to fool Pixie.
Maybe I can help. I've been teaching English for the last 12 months.
Well, what do you know? A teacher. Just what we're looking for.
That is, if you're quite sure. I mean, it sounds a bit cruel, doesn't it?
Ah, you don't know Pixie. If she thinks there's a bloke around who reckons she's the cat's whiskers, he'll get her out of the doldrums in no time. What do you reckon, ladies?
You was rotten the way you took off and left us yesterday. I thought we was going to spend the night together.
Yeah, well, we're here now. And we don't have any plans for the night, do we, mate? I suppose not.
That's good, because I got a few of my own. Me too.
Look, I don't know. What about your mother? She'll be expecting us.
Mother? We're not cradle robbing, are we? Do you have to report to Mummy before you go out?
No, of course not. As a matter of fact, I was thinking we might spend a little time together at your place for a while.
Just what I had in mind myself. Just the two of us, that is.
Oh, well, that's nice. Looks like we've been kicked out into the cold. So you'll just have to come back to my place.
Times I'll look after you, Dad. Meet you back here later.
Now, try not to bend it for a while. I'll pop in again tomorrow and see how it is. Okay?
You done an all right job, Doc.
Thanks.
Maybe next time you could give me a real examination.
Oh, Janie, go and have a cold shower. Make the doctor a cup of coffee, love. I'm sorry about that, Doctor. You have to get danger money next time.
No way. Makes a pleasant change, actually.
Yeah.
Now, don't forget, I'll be happy to help out whenever you have any problems like this again.
Oh, that'd be marvelous. I mean, the women usually can't afford the fancy prices of doctors. I suppose you have fancy prices too, right?
Forget it. No, I'm not interested in charging for this kind of work.
Are you for real? Yeah, well, he's probably making a fortune with his private practice.
All right. Well, I don't have one at the moment. This is it. Working as a locum in the emergency service. It pays the bills, most of the time anyway.
You're not going to make much dough that way.
Well, I'm one of the crazies. I happen to think that medicine's about helping people. So I guess I'll just stick with the emergency service until the right sort of job comes along.
Got anything in mind?
Well, you name it, I've applied for it. Department of Immigration, Corrective Services, Drug Rehabilitation, Aboriginal Welfare, the lot.
Hang about. Have you applied for prison work?
Yeah, but apparently they don't need anyone at the moment.
Are you kidding? They're looking for someone at Wentworth.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, maybe they need a bit of reminding. They took a long time to get approval for that, and then finally they did. They can't find a doctor because the money's not right.
That's funny, I hadn't heard a thing about it.
Well, maybe we should remind them. Mm-hmm. I mean, the women there would really be grateful. They need someone there that cares.
Women? Well, it's a women's prison.
Yeah. Are you interested? Because I'll contact the governor if you are.
Why not?
Great.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
Don't you like me?
Of course I do. You're very nice.
Don't get called that too often. Come on.
Look, maybe I'd better go.
Oh, no, don't do that. Look, we could have a lot of fun together if you'd just let yourself relax. Thought you said you liked me.
Yes, I do. It's just that I've never...
Oh, no, don't tell me. You're not gay, are you, or anything like that?
Oh, hell, come off it.
Well, then why don't you want... Oh, boy, don't tell me. Well, this is better than winning the lottery. You're a virgin, right? Thought so. Well, don't worry, baby. Nothing to worry about. Trust Mummy. All it means is I'll just have to teach you as we go along, that's all. I promise you, you'll enjoy the lesson. Now, why don't you take off all your gear and hop into bed? Come on, love. Trust Mummy.
All right.
Good. You won't regret it.
Hey, what are you doing?
It's putting it all on tape. We can lie back later and listen to it.
Hey?
I always do. It's a real turn on, believe me. All right, now come to Mummy. You just do everything she tells you, because she's going to make you feel real good.
And so that's it in a nutshell, really. Ferguson's a raving maniac. Powell thinks she's a super screw, and Mrs. Morris is all right, I suppose. She has helped us in the past.
Thank God somebody does.
What do you mean?
This whole place, it's incredible. The laundry work.
Yeah, we don't have to do it.
No, that's not it. I want to keep busy. But the thought of doing that sort of work day in, day out, and then after that's finished, nothing. You could go crazy with boredom in here.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Not much chop after being a teacher, right?
I love my work. I'm going to miss it. How do you and the others stand it?
Well, we don't exactly have a choice. And most of the girls aren't actually what you call raving intellectuals. As a matter of fact, they'd be quite happy to sit in front of the goggle box all day.
But some of them have been in here for years.
Well, perhaps you won't have to be. Look, I've already stuffed up my life, but you've still got a chance. You haven't been convicted yet.
No. I killed my father. He was sleeping and I stabbed him. It's as simple as that. So I'm going to be in here for a long time.
Well, there must have been a reason. Sorry, love. No more questions. Hey, look, why don't you come round to the rec room? The conversation isn't scintillating, but it beats sitting on your Pat Malone. That's a girl.
Adler. Young? Yes, there's yours, Jones. Stokes. Here, Hunt.
Tom, you got the letter for Pixie? Get your knickers in a knot. Yeah, it's right here. Did you get some mail? Hang on to that. Make out we've given you by mistake.
Well, ladies, we are quiet tonight, aren't we? Tell you what, why don't you get Mason to put on the floor show? It's her speciality.
Rotten bugger. Where is it, love?
Phyllis has got it.
Hey, Pix, this is for you. I got it by mistake.
But I didn't get any.
Well, there's only one Pixie Mason, and that's what it says. Po-Face was probably so busy making that crack, she forgot to call your name out.
Hasn't got a stamp on it. It must have been delivered personally.
Well, I wonder who it's from. I don't know the handwriting.
Well, open it up and find out.
You look really excited. Good news, is it, love?
Oh, yes, it is. It's wonderful.
Well, what do you know? Who's it from?
Oh, just a friend. You wouldn't know.
Well, don't give anything away, will you?
I'm sorry, Lizzie. You wouldn't be interested.
Oh, well, if it's that boring, you might as well chuck it away.
Oh, no, I couldn't. I just couldn't.
Yes. Who's this? Who is this? I mean, why are you trying to scare me like this?
Don't say that. It's not my fault, it's yours. You betrayed me. You led me on, then pushed me around.
Why would I do that? I don't even know who you are.
You betrayed me. They all do in the end. So I have to teach them a lesson. Well, listen to this. This girl tried to make a fool of me too.
Come to Mummy, my baby. You just do what she tells you and she's gonna make you feel real good. There's no need to be rough like that. No, don't do that. You're hurting me.
Oh, my God.
Oh, please. No. No.
Hello? Hello? Yes?
Mrs. Morris, it's Tate here. I heard the call.
Oh, thank goodness.
There was no time for a trace.
That girl. Did you hear what he's done to that girl? He's going to do the same to me.
No, he's not. Now, you listen to me. There's an unmarked car parked right outside your place. The driver's name is Williams. I'm going to call him and get him to go and stay with you. Now, don't move. Don't unlock the door until he comes, right?
Right. But please tell him to hurry.
Hi, Sharon. Please, I've asked you to leave me alone. Unless, of course, you come to give me your blessing. I'm marrying Reynolds in a few days' time.
No, I didn't come to speak to you. I just want to ask you one more time if you will let my sister go.
I've told you, I have no control over your sister.
Fooled us. You've taken over a mind, you and the other poddies.
Sister Peacebird has seen the light for herself.
Hey, what do you think you're doing? Come back! Bring her back!
You kidnapped her!
How could I? I've just been standing here all the time.
Who is it? Who's there?
It's me, Dennis. Are you all right?
Oh, thank God, Dennis, it's you.
What's the matter? You sound a bit upset.
I just had another one of those horrible phone calls. Dennis, he's done something terrible to some poor girl. I mean, she was screaming.
Are you all right now?
I'm sorry to sound so hysterical. It's just frightened the life out of me.
I'm sure it did.
She was screaming something like, "Come to me, Mummy," or something like that. I can't quite remember.
Come to Mummy, my baby. You just do what she tells you and she's going to make you feel real good. She did too. Real good.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't if I was you. Anyway, I've locked it.
No, Dennis. No.
You know what I'm going to do to you, don't you, Mummy? I told you on the phone. You can start taking your clothes off now, Mummy. I think you've wasted enough time, don't you?
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too. around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are Christmas too, when morning comes around.